Hello traders and welcome to another technical analysis video brought to you by orbex.com. You are now surfing the waves with Richard. Today what I wanted to do is make a quick short video here and make an update on the wave counts on FX majors, on metals, on crude oil, and on one important index which is pretty much looking like it wants to make a decision. Yeah. So first thing that I'm gonna do is go back on, let's say, on this previously posted article on May 8th. Today is the 14th of May, 1:23 p.m. Eastern European Standard Time. And back on the 8th here, I've basically posted this chart with the fixed volatility index pointing out towards a possible spike. Yep, upcoming. Yeah, nothing is confirmed, but it is something to keep in mind. Now, as for the dollar index, there I said that the dollar could actually have, show a drop. This drop didn't occur like this. However, it did slightly drop there a little, and I'm gonna go on it and basically gonna update the wave counts and my views with you guys here. So next is the euro US dollar. Yeah, and the euro actually bounced on the upside from here. It's how it bounced that we're gonna take a look at because it's pretty interesting what it's doing. Pound, same thing, bounced from there. Still squeezing in this ascending channel. Yen pretty much consolidating. This head and shoulders formation was pretty much holding right here, and I'm gonna obviously go on that as well. Swiss contracted, yeah, on the towards the downside, so slightly bearish there. Crude oil did go on the upside there, and now I'm gonna basically what we're gonna do is take a look at if we actually have a possible divergence, and I got a little setup there, a nice surprise for you guys on a crude oil. XAU XAU actually bounced prematurely. I would say it's actually how it bounced that we're gonna take a look at because the sequence is not quite bullish. Yeah. Let's say a more recent article was on the May 11th. Yeah. Basically, so something between the dollar index, Euro USD, and the DAX, the Germany 30 there, because the euro actually bounced there, right? And this is what we're gonna take a look at because it pretty much looks corrective still. So there could be more downside for the euro short term wise. However, for DAX, this is possibly a possible ending diagonal right here. So we're gonna take a look at DAX as well today. Now let's jump on the charts here on the dollar index. Dollar did in fact had a drop right there. Now uh, if we were to look at this as a leading diagonal, still it would actually point us towards this 61.8 Fibonacci's for a possible continuation. However, I'm not really looking at it like that, not just yet. This is because I have here an A and a B and the extension itself. Okay, now not the wave count pretty much suggests that this is a fourth wave. This could be a fourth wave retracement, retracing in the previous, in the price action territory of a previous four over lesser degrees. So pretty much fits the rules. So it has what we call um, the right look, right? So pretty much we'll actually see. But one thing that I do know is that possible, even if it's a corrective structure, the next move should be bullish, right? So I'm on the 2-hour chart, by the way, right here on the dollar index. Now, what I would be looking in the future is basically how this structure would look like, right? Because this would tell if we would have one more leg, five legs, I mean, one, two, three, four, five, a five-wave sequence on the upside, or we would have a free right here and then a five-wave move. So pretty much I'm gonna monitor it this week. This week would be a bit decisive, I would say. It is possible to have free wave move because of this possible head and shoulders formation right here. So we're gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it in mind. one thing that I do know is that we have a possible bullish divergence here, which could push price action upwards and give the dollar some time to actually to breathe more, right? There's a support right here, and if I mean, should the dollar actually drop here and breach this support, it would be indeed quite bearish. However, it's not broken yet, not showing signs because of this divergence, but I'm gonna keep an eye on it, and I'm gonna see basically what it wants to do. Now, moving on gold, the current wave count states that we are in a five-wave sequence. Yeah, and the way this moved on the upside, this is really, in my personal opinion, this cannot really, I mean, cannot possibly be an impulse sequence. First of all, we have a free right here, then we have a complex combination within this B. Um, so it can't really be a one and then a two and then a leading diagonal one, two, three, right? So pretty much what I'm gonna take a look at gold in this week would be the following thing: how this structure actually unfolds. If this leg would unfold with a five-wave sequence, then consolidating here, then obviously, I mean, if it has a five-wave sequence, pretty much it's a corrective piece like this and going basically toward the downside for it to gain possibly gain support on the Fibonacci's, right, on the fibs right here. Yeah, so this is what I've been waiting for quite some time here. Okay, I was present, of course, um, calling some bearish some bearish views here. But one thing that I do know, this is I mean, this wave four retracing the previous price action. I mean, territory over another four of a lesser degree. Yeah, hit the fibs right here, so we have basically A B hit the fibs. Now what I'm seeing is a possible ending diagonal right here in this C wave, so pretty much kind of fits. Yeah, now this is basically for gold. Now the preferred scenario would be a bearish impulse, yeah, towards 1295, 1285 levels, and then we'll see if it would show signs. I mean, if the bears would show consistency or basically finalizing this structure, and then obviously the bullish outcome would occur. Silver, different structure right here, however, still bearish, I would say. Yeah, first leg right here, and then one, two, three in this B. Now the way it unfolds is a leading diagonal in A, and then complex WXY in B, and a ending diagonal in the C, just like the just like XAU USD, yeah, or gold. So pretty much, dollar seems to be possibly reversing this week on the upside. Nothing is nailed in the wall. Of course, my views are mine only. This is not an investment advice. This is just this is to be treated as just as a market commentary. Next on crude oil right here, I see this as a possible ending diagonal in this C leg. Yeah, so we have A, B, C within a larger WXY. All right, so could be we could have one more rise, okay, and then basically this divergence to possibly kick in at the end of the structure for a so-called X wave of false breakout on this overall bigger piece like this. Either it's going to be a running flat or an expanded flat. We will I will be able to tell a bit later. The most important thing is if this occurs and if that occurs later. Yeah, so that's pretty much it for crude oil. Now Euro USD, I'm labeling it as an AB, and then 1-2 extension in free, okay, and this to be an ABC, same thing as an ending diagonal in the C. I will see if this occurs, and pretty much I will see this as the bottom, yeah, for now. So the current wave count states that the dollar could be returning short term, but then there could be more weakness ahead. Pound dollar is still basically in this descending channel, yeah. And the way this is moving on the upside is moving as a corrective piece. Some would actually call this as a bear flag, right? So we'll see if this occurs, and basically if a divergence, a proper divergence would actually occur there. Now USD yen, so far so good. I can see it's basically squeezing in around here. Yeah, it could have one more rise right here. It could go over the top, tag a top or not. I will actually see about it, but the point is that there is a possibility for a downside right there. USD Swiss. We have the consolidation. Yeah. So what this can do is basically do it like this, and then gain support right here, and then getting the actual divergence once the volumes will kick in right here. Okay, so we'll keep it in mind. Now, the cherry on top of the cake is for today is the DAX, the Germany 30 stock exchange. Right now, how I'm seeing this is basically, let's say for instance, um, now let me see. All right. Now after this rise, this was the piece that I actually needed to possibly confirm my, I mean the structure that I was looking at. Yeah, on the bullish view right here. As you can see, I'm loading the new bars, and right now we're up to date. Yeah, so the targets, I mean the projections were actually hit. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna walk you through this piece right here. So how I'm labeling this is as a WX and then ABC within for the Y. All right. So according to this, I mean, these fibs they come from from behind, from basically from a while back on these type of measurements. Yeah, not gonna go into it. Not really that important right now because it's gonna take a lot of time. But anyway, the way I'm seeing it right here is in a possible ending diagonal. Yeah. And I did make a bearish post in which I said it could go a little bit higher and then basically I mean, possibly reversing right there. And the way it moved on the upside is pretty, I would say, pretty good in my personal opinion because, I mean, pretty promising because this is going some type of, I mean, ending diagonal scenario, right? Either it hit the top already or it didn't. One thing I do know for sure, the bearish divergence is indeed present right there. We have an ending diagonal and this could be indeed right here, and there we go. The structure could be complete, right? So yeah, this is pretty much looking like kind of broke out this trend line right there, and it's pretty dangerous, I would say, right? Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you why I have this view because I'm not talking about only about DAX. This could be applied for if this is if I'm right, of course, right? This could be applied for US 30, for I mean for Dow Jones, for SPX, Nasdaq, FTSE, etc. Right now, the point is that the CBOE, the volatility index, right here is approaching some important, let's say, support levels because it did spike there, then it contracted. So um, what I'm saying is, short and simple, we could witness another drop in the indices, right? I mean all of them globally because most of them are showing signs of possible weakness. Maybe right, maybe wrong. That's for you to decide. This is not, as I said, this is not an investment advice. It's just simple market commentary. I'm doing analysis here for you guys just to be on top of your games. Now that's about it for today. Just wanted to brief you guys on my thoughts right here, giving you a quick dose. And yeah, as I like to say to all my traders, until next time, stay in the green and many pips ahead.